Hi, what are you making?
Dog biscuits.
Oh, what goes into the dog biscuits?
Well, it's a super secret recipe which I don't normally share, but seeing as it's you guys, I will for today.
Okay, can we have a look?
Yep, so Coles wholemeal flour.
We are not sponsored by Coles.
That is not an endorsement, it's just it's cheap, and hey, you know, everybody likes cheap. So we start off with
What else is in it?
Oh, all sorts of stuff. Good stuff.
Okay. All right, you'll tell us as you go through it.
As we're going through.
Okay.
So 3 cups of wholemeal flour, and I've already put a couple in there. I'm not particularly known for my tidy kitchen, so here we go. So yeah, 3 cups of flour.
That's because his wife cleans up after him.
Yeah. 1 OXO cube. So I guess you could probably use whatever you want. This is just crumble it in.
Ned's enjoying it.
Ned's enjoying it. He's probably wanting to clean up for us as well.
Yeah.
2 eggs. These are homegrown eggs, as you can see.
Hence the poo.
Yeah, hence the poo. So
the dogs don't mind.
they don't mind, and they even get the shells sometimes as well. But normally when they're a bit cleaner than that. 2 eggs.
Ned wants to know what he can do to help.
Well, you could eat the shells if you want, mate, but I'm just going to bin them for now. Most important thing that we're going to put into this is 2 heaped tablespoons of peanut butter. Now, I soften it a little bit in the microwave because it makes it mix better. So
can we have a look? Yeah, that's good.
Pour that in.
And this doesn't have xylitol in it,
No,
does it?
I did check the label. I do believe that you can't actually get peanut butter with xylitol in it in Australia, and I've heard recently that it's going under a different name, which is something like palm sugar or something, I don't know.
Palm sugar's actually palm sugar.
Well, this one just said sugar. So again, I think that's a Coles one, I don't know.
Okay, I think it's from Aldi. But...
Now we're going to get Ned to do some washing up. So
okay.
You want to do some washing up?
Let's have a look.
I'm going to mix that in a little bit because I like it to be started. So I'm just going to mix those.
And are you using a spoon or
a fork? Yeah, just a spoon or whatever you want.
Milk spoon?
Milk spoon.
Don't need to use a whisk or anything.
Nothing in particular. Alright, so mix it in a little bit, and then we're going to add 1 cup of water.
Just cold water?
Just
from
cold
the tap?
water, and you don't need to worry about mixing a little bit at a time or anything like that. All we're going to do is just create a dough.
Can I ask you to remove the Coles flour from the... Thank you.
Because we're not sponsored by them.
We aren't, and why should we give them free advertising?
As you can see, it's coming together quite nicely. And then one final ingredient is 1/4 cup of olive oil. I use olive oil, you could use vegetable oil, I guess, or whatever you want.
And that's okay for the dogs?
And that's absolutely fine for the dogs.
Okay, good.
It also helps with the binding of everything together.
Do you ever put any kind of like fish oil in there?
No, I guess you could do. I don't see any reason why you can't. I've never really strayed from my secret recipe. But, you know, it's up to you to try whatever you want in there. I think anything's going to work pretty much.
I think you can mess around with the flour. If your dogs don't like gluten, you can try another gluten-free flour. I think chickpea flour is quite good as well. Just have fun.
Okay. Right, there we go. We've got a nice dough. So what I'm going to do now, it's actually a little bit, that's a little bit wet. I'm just going to add a little bit more flour into that.
It looks like crunchy peanut butter. This isn't crunchy peanut butter, is it?
No. This is just the smooth. Now what we're aiming for is a dry-ish, but not too dry, kind of a mix. And I would say that we're just about there.
And is that all the ingredients?
That's all the ingredients. That's all there is to it. I'm just going to mix that a bit more. So I'll join us again in a moment. Okay, so we've mixed it up. It's pretty much where we want it to be. Next thing we're going to do is just put some flour down on the surface. Stop the dough from sticking and turn it out onto that surface.
clean surface.
Oh, it's clean. It's been licked by the dogs.
No, it hasn't. I just cleaned it.
Alright, and then when we're done like that, we'll just knead it a little bit. You don't really need to do very much of this, but I'm just going to do it to get a little bit more air into it. When you're happy that it's the right consistency and that it's dry enough and all that, then get yourself a rolling pin and roll it out.
Do you have to preheat a pan or anything?
No, not at all. Just so when it's done, when you're happy with it, you put it into an oven at about 180 to 200, and it goes on for about maybe 20 minutes, something like that. So I'm not going to go through the whole process with you, but we'll show you at the end what they look like. This is roll them nice and thin. When you're happy with how they are, so they're nice and maybe 5mm or something, get yourself a pizza cutter and just go through like that, and that will make them much easier to break up when they're cooked and when they're cool, and then you'll be able to put them all in a jar or whatever you want to do.
How do you get that into the pan to cook it?
Well, in a moment what I'm going to do is put it onto some greased paper on a
baking paper.
Yeah, on a flat tray, and then pop it in the oven, and in about 20 minutes, half an hour, we'll come back and check them out.
Okay, we'll check back with you.
Thank you.
We're back.
We're back, and hopefully the broken phone is actually working.
I just dropped his phone on.
So it took a little bit more work than I expected, because I had actually made it a little bit too wet, that mixture. So you'll see this is the kind of consistency that you're actually looking for. If you look down, thank you. So that's the dough. Rolled it into about 5mm thick, and then went over it with the pizza cutter. And when they're dry, or when they're cooked, they are then very easy to just break apart. So next thing you'll see, it'll be us getting them out and breaking them up.
So, is it time to get them out of the oven?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they're done. I did actually realise afterwards that I should have told you 200 degrees for 20 minutes or thereabouts, and then you get them out and they should be okay. So I'm going to try and get them out without burning myself or the dogs. So if you want to step back please, Ned. It's very hot down there, mate.
Yes, he's a sensible kelpie.
So this is how they come out. Put these ones in a little bit lower, so they're probably going to be a wee bit softer. So you can turn these out onto a cooling rack if you have one. I don't happen to have one, so I'm going to give it a go like this. So, without burning my fingers, I'm going to grab the paper and pull that away, and you can see instantly how good that pizza cutter does the job. Now this is the consistency I'm aiming for. You might want to do something different. That's still slightly soft, that will dry out. But
do you want to tell them why soft treats are good?
Soft treats are good because if you're actually using them for training, it doesn't take very long for the dog to go.
So they get a hit of flavour, and if it's soft it melts quickly and the flavour's really good, and you can quickly go on to the next training.
So these ones are great. Those ones are actually too soft.
So you're going to
go
have
back
to
in again for another 5 minutes or so.
Alright, so is that it?
That's about it. I'll put the full recipe in the comments and at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let us know how you get on with yours if you're brave enough to try it. Here we go. The boys know what's coming. Here you go. All right. Angus is pretty happy about that. Now they're kind of like a little bit soft in the middle, as you can see, but not too soft. Kind of like I don't know, not the consistency of a biscuit, but not quite the consistency of bread either. And as you can see, they do quite like them. So that's what I've got left, and there's still one to come out of the oven. And yeah, I think we're done. So let us know how you go with yours.